I'm here with Blues joint manager Darren Reedy after today's 1-0 victory over Nuneaton Borough. Darren, a really good win again, but are we disappointed with our performance?
No, I wouldn't say disappointed is the word. I think it was a game where they've obviously got a lot to play for. We've probably got half a mind in the cup final during the week. Wasn't a great performance, but sometimes they're nice ones to win. I think they came with a game plan to try and stifle. They probably need a point or so to stay up, so they were desperate for that. Obviously sending off changes things a little bit, but then it's almost sometimes a little bit harder to break down, and they sort of defended resolutely. The kind of antics that went on the sidelines and antics on the pitch of players, I get that to a certain extent, but I actually think that did them an injustice. I think they're better than what they showed in terms of that. I think they did too much of it, and it caused them an issue. And I think you could say that by the frustration of their own players with their management. You could evidently see that the frustrations were there. So we've got to try not to get distracted by that. And we didn't. We kept plugging away, and we said to the boys at half time, you only need one decent chance. Hutch had one just before when he had a free header which he put just wide, and then decent cross by Seb, and ABD pops up with the winner. So look, when you're not at your best and you're still winning games, that's the most important thing. And I think it was a real game. Actually, from where we come last season in terms of that, we probably lost a game like that. We've got we've got sort of a resilience about us now that can pull us 3 points out of the bag when it's not a great performance, and that's how teams are successful. You're not going to play well every single week, but we ground it out, and that for us is really pleasing as management to come in after a game and win 1-0. I think that's sort of 3 or 4 1-0 wins we've had in recent weeks, and they're good ones, keeping clean sheets. Not always going to play free-flowing football, but it's important to make sure you still pick up those points. I didn't ever think we were going to lose the game today, so we're always going to get something out of it, but I think they managed the game well considering all the distractions that was going on around it. It's very frustrating. And as I said, they're better than that. They've done us over early on in the season, and they played some really good stuff against us. So I was really surprised to see their approach today in terms of, but when you're down the bottom, you just need a point to survive. You'll do anything just to try and cling on. But as I say, I think the frustration of their own players spoke massive amounts in terms of how they felt, about their own performance. When actually, I think if they'd have played in a different manner, they may well have got the result they wanted.
And obviously we remained patient in the second half. With half an hour to go, and we sort of tried to keep the ball on the floor, and chances were hard to create today. But it must be pleasing just to keep going. We've had a few of them this season at home, and we've kept going and taken all the points.
Yeah, it only takes a second to score a goal. You're not always going to be at your best, and we didn't create an awful lot today, but the 2 chances we did create were the quality, and it ends up winning the game. You just got to be patient sometimes, and we felt we weren't moving the ball quick enough at half time. We had plenty of possession, we just weren't moving it quick enough, and we had to do that to try and disjoint them and get them moving around. Particularly when we had the 10, they were going to sit right back against us, so it's very difficult to break down. So you've got to move the ball nice and quick to try and get them to come out and engage with you, to be able to pass around them. But I thought they defended well enough. I thought they distracted themselves essentially with some of the antics they did. But from our point of view, it's just that mentality to make sure you keep plugging away and try and get something out of the game. And we'd have been disappointed with a point, but I think on the balance of the play and in terms of probably chances, we probably did deserve it, but it was certainly not a game I will remember for very long. It was a pretty awful one, but again, you only get 3 points for every game you play.
Well, cheers for today, Darren, and good luck on Thursday night.
Cheers, good.